What? How did this get greenlit? Lit? What?
Because like rape was cool in the 90s.
No.
Yo.
No.
Clearly it was. You see what these niggas doing?
Throw him over the bridge, kids.
So there's a nigga ran on Bali hiding off a rape allegation. Russell Simmons is in Bali right now.
Yo, what's up? I'm Nikki.
Ross on the mix.
Yes, you're back. You're tuning into Bridge the Gap. We got our boy Saturday in the cut. Listen, I'm starting to get the hang of it, okay? Bridge the Gap, man. This episode, what are we bridging? It's a classic. You might have heard of it. It's this little album by this guy. Very unknown. Notorious B.I.G. Might have heard of him. His second and final album, entitled Life After Death. Released in 1997. Well, his final album while he was alive, I could say, because there's a lot of posthumous releases around. So the main thing about this album is it was released only 3 weeks after his death in 1997. So there was speculation about it, but it was fully complete before his death. So, which makes it even eerier what we're about to talk about, because this whole album feels like foreshadowing like a motherfucker. Okay? I said, did he have the playbook that we did it? It's scary. It's eerie to me as a person who is not all hip hop like that. Like hearing it, I'm like, oh my god, Biggie, what happened? Why were you dreaming like this? What's going on? You know, let's talk. Now we can't talk because you're gone. Listen, critically acclaimed though by the time it was released, went on to be named on that list that we keep bringing up, the 500 greatest albums of all time that Rolling Stones released. Again, that's subjective to their thoughts, but this is number 179 on that list. The album itself went 10 times platinum. 10 times, not platinum, excuse me, I fucked up. It's 10 times diamond.
Wait, what?
Yes, it's
10 times diamond, yeah?
Yes.
That's why I did the afternoon with you guys. I get it now.
We're starting early.
I can see the money.
Listen, and it's crazy that it went on to be 10 times diamond. It sold in its huge first week for rap, 690,000 copies, which is for hip hop. Like
that's a big number.
For hip hop at the time, that's
a great number. That's like over 500,000 out. Like,
yeah, you went gold first week. Chilling.
Yo, y'all fucked up. Like, he had caught fire. That is just ending that. Anyways, it's crazy. But let's jump into the album, because the album is one of it's a double disc. Because Biggie was apparently just out here fucking and rapping. That's all he was doing.
Real.
Fucking and rapping. Okay, so Life After Death, the intro, it picks up right from where Ready to Die ended, so it's kind of like a continuation. And you would have the previously on, and it was like, oh, it sounds like that's the power of Raising Cain. What are we doing? I was like, it's so eerie though, and you hear like some like the remnants of Warning being played in the intro. You hear Diddy's voice, made me uncomfortable right away. And then we go into the actual first song. And the intro was written by Christopher Wallace, Sean Combs, Stephen Jordan, so Stevie J, Puffy, and Biggie. Then we go into Somebody's Gotta Die, which just starts off like very violent. Like,
I mean, the whole entire project is pretty.
It's violent. Pretty violent. Yeah.
Pretty violent.
I mean, it's actually the sequencing is funny to me, because I will get into it. But right after this, the song that comes after is like, wait, what? What are we doing? Anyways, but yes, like that song, Somebody's Gotta Die, is very, like, it ends darkly, like, because they're talking about basically, like, the story, Biggie's telling a story about his friend that, got, and, like, they're about to go, like, roll up on him and, like, get revenge and all that stuff, and, it's like you're seeing his vision, his visual imagery, it's a storytelling is so good, like, you see the movie, and then also even in the background of the beat, you kind of hear a convo being had if you tune in. He emphasizes some kid named Jason in a Honda station wagon was ragged. The rhyme scheme is already starting off elite. And then at the end, he basically shoots a guy, but the guy was holding his daughter. And I was like, whoa, there's a baby crying. I'm like, why are we? Oh, darn. man, we're like, oh, this is gonna be real hip hop. Like this is like it's a realism that is even in the song for like Biggie hard to face because he goes down. Like that's crazy. Like this is what we're out here doing. We're killing fathers. We're killing like people. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean Biggie was known for, being able to paint a picture, and I feel like, yeah, to your point, it's like the whole entire story, like, yeah, you hear Biggie, it's as if like he's getting closer and closer to the target. I want to say and,
On this song.
On this song, right? And then kind of ends, with a bit of a curveball. So
I was like, plot twist.
yeah,
My goodness.
Biggie was good at doing that without a doubt, for sure.
Definitely. And then we go into one of the most known songs from the album, Hypnotize. Take that. Yeah, that's beginning is very cool. So okay, let's just get this out of the way because obviously Biggie was bad boy. Him and Puff were running together. Regardless of what you may think actually happened between the two of them, obviously we know there's a lot of conspiracy between the two figures and what actually happened. And we also know that Diddy is currently in the midst of a very public trial. And there's a lot of things that are coming out about his nature and things like that. So I just want to say this because we are going to have to talk about him on songs as he's on songs, he's rapping on songs, he's performing on songs, he's writing on songs. So it's like
Writing?
What? He's what? Damn. Well, he's producing all tracks and stuff like that. So he is a part of this project, and we are aware.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to say it. He's part of the project.
He is a heckler producer.
What he does has always been questionable.
He spends the money. He tries to help.
Yeah. Listen, I don't know.
If he did it for real, like it or not, like he's always been like that mastermind.
Yeah, no, he's just years amazing.
For sure, he puts the what you said, but he puts the pieces together. Yeah. So Hypnotize, listen, infectious, crazy beat, right? Like we get into that. That's like has clearly stood the test of time. A lot of the puns and the wittiness of it is like it's similar to tracks like Juicy and One More Chance. Like you hear that, like you can say like he's gonna get shut off here, but like he's doing it in a playful manner, which is one of the things that always catches on with Biggie's big hits is like the wittiness is funny, so you kind of like connect to that a little bit. Mm-hmm. Like for example, like when you have lyrics like I put holes in head and Y onto DKNY when I'm in DC for sure. What? Come on, let's go. Like when you have things like that, like you invite the audience into your life. You invite them into your rap, so it's like it makes it fun.
Definitely his most fun track, I would say, on the project.
It's commercial.
The most commercial one.
Relatable. Some always questionable lines. Your daughter's tied up in a Brooklyn baked potato.
Hey man, that was the time you could get that bar off. It's okay. It's okay. So you have to accept the writing in the context that was written there.
At the time.
What is the context?
The context was, yo, I'm a real nigga. I really do these things.
Okay, there's another line we're gonna get into later on. I was just like, bro, I can't believe this kid. I cannot believe they let this on the album.
Yeah, good thing we're not doing Ready to Die.
No, right? Listen, he almost cleaned it up on Life After Death. Okay, like let's.
It's a lot of things that it came to light were real long court cases. Real long court cases.
Yo, could you imagine if some of these rappers,
I just wanted to add, that song, it has the Herb Albert Rise sample.
Yeah.
So, it's a super dope sample.
On Hypnotize it.
No, yeah, that's dun,
Yeah.
And then also it has the Slick Rick sample. Ricky, can't you see? Such that comes from
yeah. Biggie was having DJs here.
Yeah. And just to add to that, there's a correlation with with your girl Beyonce also, because on that Slick Rick track, that's where she got the party track.
I don't like to party. And that is a Slick Rick sample. You're right. But yeah.
Simple moment with Ross, you already know.
We're gonna bring it out this way. So the riches, the lifestyle, the power, this is what you get that. It's like you're seeing the good part of the fame here. This is like they flaunt in, they live in life. Then he has a verse. Okay.
Rich nigga raps is very important.
It's exactly
rich fundamental part of hip hop.
Pam from Total, it's uncredited on this hook, but
Yeah, stealing credit so nice.
I was singing them the chorus.
Yeah, I never understand why people will sing a whole hook but not get credited.
Because he's like, yo, want to come sit real quick? And then they come and like, can you try this? And then they'll just say, yeah, just don't put you in the credits.
Okay, well, whatever. So, anyways, then we get into kick in the door, Raven, the 4-4. Listen, I thought, first of all, let me just say, I thought listening to this, I became a gangster. I'm from New York.
One of the dopest instrumental on the project.
Yes.
It has what's the? It's like a Spanish song, right? Like the
Oh, is that where? Because I know I was like I recognize the beat, but I'm like Ross will tell me what the sample is from.
This is how put a spell on you.
Is it that one?
Is it? Is it Anita Simone?
Yeah, because I'm it's a chop of like a very
it's like some chopping song, you know.
It might be. Let us know in the comments. That's what I would.
Let us know in the comments.
But yeah, like I was talking to Wills, in the car coming out. That's our camera guy, and he was saying like, so you from New York? Like, because I was playing it because had to get ready. He's like, you from New York? I was like, yeah, there, yeah.
What borough? They say what borough?
I'm a Harlem bitch.
Like, you got borough, please.
I'm so, hey, Queens.
They do not know you over there.
I know you and Jim Jones are from Harlem.
They do not know you over there.
Shout out to Capo.
Tell them that I sent you. Okay. Well, now that we have done laughing at myself, there's a little interlude talk show here with the Mad Rapper, and I love this because Diddy's saying, like, not Diddy. Biggie is saying basically that rappers are mad that he got at this point, remember, it's 1997, he only has one album out before Ready to Die, before Life After Death. And Ready to Die was massive, kept him in the conversation for 3 years until the release of this album. He had whole beefs and stuff, and he had one album out. Okay, what I mean? So rappers was mad. Rappers is like, yo, like, I'm here 4 deep, can't get a look. Can't catch a hit. You know what I mean? So he used that in the skit. And
that's why you need Diddy on your team to get that hit.
I'm just gonna say, I don't know. See, I don't even want to go there, but truly, like, what the hell was Diddy? Because Diddy was from. But let's not just give Diddy all that because Biggie was talented too. Like he had to have a product to push.
He had to have a skill set. You need a nigga to make the hit. Hits come. It's more than just being able to rap.
Yeah,
it's about making a good song. I think Diddy has.
And I think like sometimes despite all the things that's going on in the news about Diddy and all that, you can't undermine what the guy did musically.
I mean, he put that degree work.
Yeah,
Did he graduate?
He didn't graduate from Howard.
I thought he got kicked out.
I don't know, but he whatever courses he took, he put it to work.
He put that to work without a doubt, and I feel like. I always said, like, when you're talking about the East Coast, West Coast, Biggie, Tupac, and all that, like, Puff Daddy really, like, defined the 90s, like, the sound of the 90s.
Yeah, I don't want to give him too much false that, but yeah, like, yeah, he did his thing. So, here's Biggie saying, listen, it's so sad, it's over for y'all, I'm here now. He kicks in the door, basically. Ain't no other kings in this rap thing, they siblings, nothing but my children, one shot, they disappear ready.
So some people know that line today. They heard that line recently.
Shout out to Nicki, by the way, for stealing the you niggas are my sons from the song.
Okay, yes. Well, first of all, somebody's her child in every song.
Yeah.
And I was just
Nicki took it, Kendrick took it, Kendrick also took it.
But we know where it originated from. And I mean,
G took it.
Jay loved that bar. He was so nice. I didn't think of this.
Listen, y'all. When I was bass flow on this, I wrote is so effortless. He really kicks the door open, and I think that this could have, outside of Hypnotize could have come in somewhere after. This could have actually been the beginning of the album for me.
You know what?
Somebody's Gotta Die is very.
I think that's a great point.
Dark for me. I was like, oh my god.
I feel like I don't know. Back in the 90s, I don't know. I can't say back in the 90s or not, but I felt like that album was poorly structured. Like the order. Because I don't know, you listen to a Nas album during that time. It's especially crescendo,
But Nas is he's different. When everything is
different,
on purpose.
Right. And this felt kind of like a compilation of Biggie's songs before.
Yeah.
That's a fire in the tuck.
Yeah, because you're right. Because some of the sequencing, I was like, what?
But it's also because it was
I like interludes on albums, but this is almost a lot of interludes.
Yeah.
So yapping.
Yeah. I like one of the lines on there where he says, "Make the white shake. That's why my money never funny." He said, "People knows where the money at. Listen, what you thought?" Okay, and then we go into the next track. "Fuck You Tonight" featuring R. Kelly. Let me say this.
That shit hard.
I was featuring Robert Kelly. It's been listen, to be fully transparent, it has been years since I've actually heard R. Kelly's voice. Like me myself, like there's a whole separate the artist from the art conversation. There's a lot of that for sure, and there are definitely times where I do that, depending on the artist and the crime. R. Kelly is one of those that I have not. Something about the specific crime touches me in a way of like remembering being a young girl, wanting to be an artist, and the power dynamic. Something about it makes me feel comfortable. But this is my first time hearing his voice, so I'm not gonna lie, guys.
That shit's sweet, huh?
Feel good.
That shit's sweet.
It's like, oh my god, I forgot to. He.
Robert make me
You know
songs.
what? Like to me, and I don't want to get too off topic because like I feel like as time progresses, you're just gonna hear more and more of those stories. You know what I mean? You don't know who you're listening to right now that this is a crazy, you know what I mean, story brewing about.
Yeah, like
his daughter.
But why won't y'all like? And this is not y'all take. But why won't y'all just be good people?
No, you don't get slaps being a good person. Who's a good person with slaps? Corday? No slaps.
Oh.
Kendrick, sociopath. Slaps.
Okay, we are good.
I mean, they all, you know, we all have our demons and our
Nah, I don't have
vices.
those demons.
Well,
They got vices. Look, they have a lot of vices, and it results in slaps. Like The Weeknd, drugs and white bitches. That feeds him. That's what get him going.
This hook though, jeez, straight to the point. Like let's think about this song. If you really, because y'all were always on 90s R&B, they was loving, they was giving. Nah, Biggie said we're not gonna do all that love shit here. If you're coming here, well, fuck it. and Kels was like, okay, that's what we're doing. Straight to the point. There's no foreplay. They said that's not what we're doing tonight. We're not whining and dining. You already got that on the other dates. You should have understood like what is happening.
The point, like, he started with, "You must be used to me spending."
That's what I'm saying. You thought that
We
this
start
was,
with the tricking.
that this is like it's not gonna be like that every time, Mitch. Like what are you making? I'm sorry. The song is ridiculous. It's like what? And it's like I think you should listen. We can have foreplay and fuck. Like it doesn't have to be always like you know whatever. But listen, the song is a hit. I love the first line that Biggie says. I love how the line says, and this is I feel like you so understand his understanding of syllables, of rhyme. Some say the X make the sex spectacular. What? Who told you to start? Who told you could start like that? Fantastic. And then R. Kelly's doing what he does best. He's crooning. His backgrounds on this, heavenly, might I add. Again, very freaky. No foreplay, straight to your mother's bed. All of that is a song that continuously gets used and sampled and redone. It's a sex anthem. No, it's a fucking anthem. We're gonna move on, but just my favorite line here. I got you pinned up with your fucking Tim's up, all because you like the way my Benz was rimmed up.
So why you fucking go with Tim's?
It's New York. What do you mean the ladies have Tim's?
This
This is New York. That's what they do. What
Can you hear some YSL niggas?
Nah. And then the last thing I'm gonna ignore how it could be problematic these days, but we'll go down. We'll go back. We go to Last Day featuring Young Locks, the Locks group. This song, straight rap, very, very hip hop. Everybody is rapping on an elite level, and I feel like you could, confirm it. I feel like they're trying to out-rap each other as well. That's me, but I like the song. I think Biggie's flow stands out the most to me. He kind of sounds like he has the most experience on the track. But it's very gritty. It's street. even down to the hook. There's no like, it's not soft. This song is not, it's not cuddly.
Yeah, no, they wanted to put out a rap song.
Exactly.
And we talk about the Locks, Yonkers, Jadakiss, Chic Luch, Style Ski.
Yeah.
It's gonna be gritty, it's gonna be, you know what I mean? Nothing
Such
nonsense
my
approach,
and honeys that be nasty. Come on, I feel like hip hop. Come on, like wait, I'm writing. Listen, this one's from my niggas. Oh my gosh, and then okay, I don't like this song. You know the song called "I Love the Dough"?
Oh, you don't like this song? Yeah.
No, I don't, because and I think I don't like it because of Jay-Z.
What?
No, I think he's listen, it's Jay-Z. He knows how to rap. I'm not gonna ever say like Jay-Z is bad at rap. That's not a thing you'll ever hear. Maybe on, I'm not even gonna name the album, but yes. However, I feel like Biggie
Washes him?
Yes.
That's cool, but my man started with "We Push the Highs, we Pill Fast Through the Sleep, Play Monopoly with Real Cat." Like the schemes.
Yeah, that's cute.
Damn, nigga said fuck Jay.
That's cute.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think it's that's one of the first times, if probably the first and only time that Biggie and Jeezy collaborated on a song.
I think it's their only collaboration.
Yeah, it is. I think
So do God. I forget on the one too.
The first like official on the
Not on a like this has to be because this is 97. This has to be the first album.
Right. So it was kind of like also a bit of an introduction of Jay-Z to some listeners.
I mean, and then he died. So what else? What other collab could they have?
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like Jay-Z held his own on the track. You know what I mean?
He held his own. I just felt like, I guess I have hope of like the in 90s 2000s in my head, so I'm like thinking, right. I'm hoping like he's like, but I guess he just wasn't like fully there yet, and
he hadn't reached that status yet. 97, like Jay-Z. I don't think Jay-Z had dropped. Yeah, he had dropped. He had one album
already, and then like the blueprints and stuff came out like
later,
late 90s. But no, I mean, listen, I don't hate the song at all.
The sample is a dope sample too, you know.
There are songs that I didn't like here. This is one of the songs I was okay with. It's just again I felt like he didn't shine enough for me. And Biggie when he's saying Blind like Biggie be Richie like Lionel like it's just like I'm like Biggie like come on man like you chill out. And then Angela Winbush, however, who is the singer on the track, love her. Her hook elevates it for me. I do feel like this vibe though, it has a very like the end of a long week and like anthem, like just got just got paid. It's Friday. Like it has that kind of vibe, like
I mean the song is called "I Love the Dough," so yeah, good payday, type of song, yeah.
I'll play when I got paid. And then we go into what's beef. What's beef? Do you know what beef is? The entry is flat. I like how it starts. Ha 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 ha. Check out the bazaar. Big is funny. Like, he's out here, he's making jokes, and the rhymes are actually connecting one to another. Like, he's not only showing you that he can rap, but he's showing you he can entertain, which is what I like here. However, there's a very questionable line. Guys, he said,
chill.
He said, I hope they know my nigga gotta fucking kidnap kids, fuck them and throw them over the bridge. What?
That's how it is. My shit is laid out. Yeah, finish the bar, nigga.
No. What? How did this get greenlit? Lit? What?
Because like rape was cool in the 90s.
No.
Yo.
No.
Clearly it was. You see what these niggas doing?
Throw them over the bridge, kids.
So there's a nigga ran on Bali hiding out off a rape allegation. Russell Simmons is in Bali right now because he was raped, but he was the chillest guy. Yo,
man, that line almost took me out because it's like I really like this song, especially like the instrumental is so mysterious. It feels like it almost like the beat is crying a little bit. I like the darkness of it. It's like beef is when I see you, guaranteed to be in ICU. I love the wordplay on that, but that one line was like, bruh, I can't get behind it. I can't do that.
They beefing. We gotta take the beef as far as he can go. I mean, you have your kid.
I think
I thought it was our code of honor in the streets. No kids, no traffic.
I feel like if you listen to Biggie's music, it has a lot of like what Eminem brought up. Like pushing the boundaries, like going a little bit too far. To your point, like you said, he was great at painting pictures, and he was also great at entertaining people. And like I feel like that was kind of like part of his whole entire
shtick.
You know what I mean? Just push it to the edge, like. You know what I mean? Yeah, talking.
I've seen that. I've seen that. Like I was kind of obviously I was a child when Biggie was like really big, but like I'm the more I'm learning about him, the more I'm like, okay, this guy, I think he was saying this stuff for shock value. Like,
like I said, good thing we're gonna do "Ready to Die" because that "Me and My Chick" song. Yeah, the first few lines are highly questionable. For the ones who know, they know.
Even in "Just Playing Dreams," man, like,
right.
the Raven Simone line itself.
Yeah.
Sir.
Sus.
You get it off back then.
We can just keep saying, see, y'all go.
What? I'm not going to joke with this nigga.
Y'all gonna get my Haitian up because what you mean? This was the time.
If everybody did it, clearly that was the vibe.
That's just no. As humans, we just have to admit that time they were fucking wrong. I don't give like that. The excuse is not that was the time. That was wrong.
But you know what?
Jail, if they're alive, put them in jail.
I don't know. I hope we get to talk about this a bit, on another episode. But once again, when you think about the 90s, like, I feel like the 90s, I always felt like the 90s represent what we're currently living right now with social media. In terms of like, you'll do the most outrageous thing in order to be heard or to be
right. Like clown chasing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I felt like in the type of way, like him, sharing those type. And mind you, I'm pretty confident a lot of those stories are based on, heard those stories.
I've done it, but like
3 rounds around that. So he's also just painting you a picture of a situation, right? So there's a bit of fiction also that's
Yeah, I mean, he's a storyteller.
He's a storyteller. And a lot of hip-hop is that, too, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever heard about the same parody rap.
Yeah.
Like, NWA is considered parody rap in the sense of, like...
I thought he was doing that shit. No.
Well, like, it's like they're telling you the story, but there's, like, almost a comedic aspect to it. So it's like, it's not meant to be taken everything at face value.
He wasn't cruising on the shoe with a 6'1"?
No.
You shouldn't have been either.
Well, okay, I agree with that. And then we kind of, like, I wrote at the end of What's Beef so far. Not a bad song. Then we get to the B.I.G. interlude. This one it's a short little thing. It's like he's doing like that old school rhyme scheme, like even older than 90s hip hop.
Yeah,
so
that's over. What's his name again? Man, it's a big hip hop track too. It's a big reference.
Sounds like Run DMC stuff.
No, it's Schoolie D. The Schoolie D track.
Oh, okay, Schoolie D. That's an
It's a Schoolie D track. It always
what's the guy like the bridge is over? What's the guy?
You're talking about KRS.
KRS, that's what I was gonna say. No, but yeah, I like that. I like that it's kind of slightly disjointed in the way, like I just feel like bit
of an homage to
an homage. He can flow on anything.
Right.
Like this guy was actually a savant. Like he's incredible. Like we talked in a previous episode about Stevie Wonder's capability of like just bridging music together in genres and fusing them, making it seamless. Biggie had an unnatural gift of like flowing on any fucking beat.
Yeah.
Finding the one and the two somewhere. It was crazy.
I hear him clear reverse of beat.
Oh, the what?
I mean, you can with AI. You can.
Let's test this out.
All right, then we go on to more money, more problems. Okay. Miss Kelly Price on the legendary hook. Okay. This, I think, she had to be credited. Kelly Price. I think she's credited. I think she's noted as a feature. Features also Puff, at the time, Puff Daddy, and Mace. I love Mace's voice, can I just say? He has such a sexy draw. Very, very Harlem. You know how Harlem people, from what I always hear about New York, they say Harlem guys are like the stylish ones, like, you know, the A$AP Rocky-ish guys. So What is funny about this? Can I be a girl sometimes?
It's a rocky drive.
No, isn't he from Harlem?
Yeah, he's performing.
Okay, see, I know things. Yeah, I think Mace does commercial rap so well. This is why I always like. I just have a little regret for Mace, man. Did he? Listen, you will crumble like it look because like Mace, he had it. He has that. He has the look at. Let's see if I can.
Mace was like my favorite rapper, like one of the first rappers. I was like, dang man, I want to be like that.
Because he had that. He made like remember like that thing that like there's it started happening a bit in the 2000s where like rappers had the thing like that all the girls wanted them and the guys wanted to be like them. So you had like Nellies and Ti's and stuff like that.
Set up a bar, they just see size money off rap, yeah.
Yeah, basically. Mace had that before they decided that.
No, he's
Mace and LL had that really good. Like they just have that je ne sais quoi, type of thing. So yes, so Mace opens up the song with his verse, really nice. He adds an entire vibe to this. Diddy. So.
Yeah, you know,
What do you mean? I mean, that's what you say. Is that your right? That's what you're claiming? That's okay. Well, he came in with his little written bars. He did what he had to do. Yeah. Okay. Then we get to the star of the show. This is who I'm here for. BIGPOPPA. No info for the DE. Yo, this guy has such a knack for starting off a verse like in a catchy way. I'm like, this is great. It lends itself to the timelessness of this song. Also, it's a concept that to the smallest level we want to relate to. As much like we like more money, more problems. We don't have necessarily the amount of money that he had a lot of times, but you could realize like we on a little level, on a micro level, you be like, yeah, man. When I get my paycheck, suddenly my mom remembered my number, like things of that nature, or like you hit a little lottery. I remember a few years ago like getting this grant for my business. And like the page I posted, and I'm getting messages from like cousins I've never heard of before. I was like, it's a grant.
How much is the grant though?
Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Oh, there's not grant. Sorry.
Yeah, it was a cute little coin, but it was so funny because it's like, wow, like money is just such an attractor to people, right? And that's what they're talking about this whole song. Basically, more money, more problems. And
and for me, I think when you talk about that song is like. The amount of time it's been quoted in hip hop, like I feel like now it's a
thing. Yeah.
It's like your hip hop saying, more money, more problems. So.
It's bittersweet. Even in the songs, the lyrics itself is very sweet. It's nice to have money. It's good. They're happy. They're living a great life. But there's also that dark side that comes with money. Yeah. Then we go into niggas bleed. Again, I'm confused with the sequencing, but anyways.
Right, yeah, exactly.
More problems. And then niggas bleed.
Because he have a problem. Niggas to bleed.
And this is what he's saying. He's like, basically, this is like a drug deal gone wrong. This story, another great situational song. And he's basically saying that, like, listen, why would I be scared of you when you got blood just like I got blood? Like we both could make it do what it do. And I was like, see, it's violence. This is so violent. This is why like you hear like he literally describes the shooting. He's like, as soon as she hit the door, because there's women in this scenario. As soon as she hit the door, we start blasting. I saw her brains hit the floor. Ron laughing. I swear to God, I hit Maxi Priest at least 12 times in the chest. He's describing Maxi Priest as a Jamaican guy with dreads. He's still being funny while he's shooting people. Anyways, all right. Spin around, shot the chick in the breast. She crying, headshots, put her to rest. Oh. And I was sobered up. I was like, oh. Right, this is not a fun album. I had to remember where I was. I was like, okay. I was like, you really feel the life that they're living, and like when the song starts, it's like hard to hear anything else but the situation they're talking about. The imagery is powerful. And then we go back into a bit of comedy with I Got a Story to Tell, which is based on a true story. I think they did say that Biggie took some fictional liberties in the story, but overall, it is based on a real life NBA player of the New York Knicks.
Who was it?
Well, so it was confirmed allegedly that it is Anthony. What is it?
Anthony Mason.
Anthony Mason, yes. So Fat Joe confirmed that, and then Diddy also confirmed it later on as well.
Oh, because he said Fat Joe don't believe. Period, Miami.
Oh my god! You know what? Like, it's funny because there's actually so much speculation. Like Jada had speculated too, like on so many different Nick players he thought it could be, but you know, it was
That's
just
wrong.
what?
It shouldn't be that many niggas you get on a pick from.
Well, it's not hard to like. I would think. Listen, this is no diss to women. It's I would think if you're fucking an NBA player and there's a famous rapper, I think it's not too hard to make the jump. Like, it's not too hard to make the jump. So I could see that.
And you get players which era with the contract looking up. Like 2025, you gotta be an NBA player.
Oh, you.
If you from the rapper, you
Yeah.
get
So
something
back in the day, Biggie make selling $700,000 albums first week.
Yeah, you
I
might
might
forever.
flow. I might listen.
Today, these niggas hit 50 million a year. I'm sorry. Go with the NBA player.
So he's spinning here on a chill piano-led instrumental, and what he basically says is he's telling this story about this girl who he was seeing, who was seeing an NBA player, and he ended up fucking the girl in the guy's house, in the guy's bed. Quite dangerous. He definitely does say that. And as they are in the passionate moment, homeboy comes home. Like, hey, honey, I'm home, type thing. And he's like, yo, like, he's telling the girl, like, talk to him, like, do something. And she basically halts the guy by telling him to go get drinks, bring her up something to drink. And in the meantime, what does Biggie do? He thinks of a scenario to save himself. He makes it to look like a robbery. So he ties the girl up, pulls out his gat. Guy comes up, drops the glass, take the money, put it in the bag. Way home free.
Yeah, because once we get to run out the building, he's a big guy.
Like what else? That's like, it was when I first heard. Because I was like, I don't even think I've heard this album before. I couldn't remember this song at all. When I was hearing it, preparing for the review, I'm thinking, oh, he's gonna pretend he's gay. He's about to do. Oh, I love you, take shit. Like
the 90s.
Well, again, I forgot what year I was talking about. Like, I was like, because I was like, oh, that could, maybe he could be like, I was doing her hair, like. I was like, I don't know. And then I was like, and then I heard he was a Robbie. I was like, that makes more sense. That's smart. That's smart. And what I like about this song is he finishes rapping it, but then he also includes a skit at the end of him recounting to a friend what happened, which adds to the realism of it. And just like, hey, everyday life shit happens to me too. We don't only shoot people. Sometimes I fuck other people's girls. It's just life. And then we get into this too, the Notorious Thug song. It's a combination of Biggie and Bone Thugs and Harmony. They call themselves the Notorious Thugs. It's the 13th track overall. We come back here. It's a fresh vibe. The Bone Thugs have a very particular sound, obviously, so they bring that to the album. To the track. Biggie is on his quick flow. I love that he matches up with Busy and Crazy's signature sound, and this is what was crazy to me, because I'm like, oh, how do you do the other niggas thing and you killed it? Yeah. You kind of killed it.
And to that, for me, I always felt that's Biggie's best rap song, period.
Like best verse or best overall song?
Best verse. Okay. It's best verse. Yeah, I mean, because of he switched up his cadence for the guy he's featured with, and they actually killed the cadence more than they do. You know what I mean? It was once again showed you how versatile Biggie Small as an artist was. You know what I mean? Yeah. Not only could he rap, right? Like he was also a writer, right? Like he would write for other artists.
Yeah. I mean, he ghostwrite.
He would ghostwrite a lot, right? So.
No, it was stellar. Like, I thought everybody was very tight on this song. This is a very nice collaboration. I wrote, this is how...
Yeah, Biggie went in on that.
This is how rapper...
I still listen to that song to this day, for sure.
Definitely, yes. Stood the test of time, and both Thugs with their harmonies, they did their thing. And then we go into a very sad, honest, intimate track called Miss You, where it's basically a tribute that Biggie does to a childhood friend who was murdered in the drug game. A lot of people thought that this was about Tupac, who had passed the year before, but I don't know why people would think that he clearly says childhood. I think people were grasping for straws at this point, just trying to figure out what happened. So yeah, and we have 112 I love all of the 112 features and inclusion on this. Like, I love when the labels stick together and all of this.
That's all they
Yeah, well, I mean, he put him where he needed to be. He just impaled.
They were in room B. He's like, come here.
It's like, come, free labor, come here. That's terrible. But yes, you can see like the human side of Biggie here, like not just the hardness or the joke side, but like, he misses friends. He's heard about like growing up with him, what happened to him. 112 brings that like sweetness to it, and I almost shed a tear on this one. I was like, now, like I feel like I knew him. And he talks about how they grew up in their lives as kids, the baby mother blaming him, the sister, like, what it is to be Biggie in this life is like, something happens to somebody, you were supposed to be the protector. You should like, and I felt that, all of that pressure, that grief in the track. I saw a YouTube comment that said, this is one of the tunes that solidified the marriage between rap music and R&B. And I absolutely agree, because 112 on this is so like, more than some of the other songs that they're on.
I don't know about that.
I love one.
Miss your track?
Yeah.
I feel like we may have had some before.
Yeah, I think so.
Gucci Band did.
They didn't say these. They said one of them.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
Even lounging about
that's the job done too. Lounging.
oh yes, for sure. Like Lounging is like.
for me, I just feel like even like somebody like Mary J. Blige. Like,
afterwards.
oh, like she was before.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Mary J. Blige's project. What's that
Real Love?
project?
For Woman?
Real Love. Yeah, exactly. I felt like she really like merged like those two sounds like to where we haven't seen before.
I think that's just the sound of New York in the 90s. It was just like being able to bridge that.
No, I think they're just saying it's one of the songs that exemplifies that, like how well they went together. Like this is one of those songs where it needs an R&B hook. Like it couldn't have been like The Last Day with The Lost. It couldn't have been like, it had to be crooners on this. But then you go to another featuring Lil Kim. This song is funny. I just think it's comedy, and this sequencing I like because a little bit, even though it's kind of off kilter, because we just went from my homie got murdered to like both are claiming, like both of these people are claiming that they're cheating on each other and they need another bitch or another man. But maybe if you see it as comedic relief, we needed a little woosah after that dark moment. So I think it's fun. I don't love it. I think Kim, actually, I prefer Kim on this track to Biggie. I think she flows incredibly. I don't think I can picture another female rapper taking on that beat the way that she did. And one of the lines I love, you see 9 out of 10 niggas ain't shit. 1 out of 5 niggas suck a dick. And I said, her math is mathing. I agree. She's not lying. You got that, kid. And yeah, is there anything else I want to say about? Do you have anything to say about that track? No.
Another? No, Kim did.
Another? Kim is. Actually, Kim did say that this was a real argument between her and Biggie in the studio. And I can absolutely see that. Unfortunately, it ended with him choking her. So we move on.
See, well, I said.
We move on. So
now I'm going back to Cali.
Going back to Cali. Because that was insane. Like you handle that. Oh God, it's not funny. I'm sorry. So then this song starts with a call from Diddy, telling. So he called.
Legendary interlude. I just right. I love that interlude.
I like that interlude actually, but he calls Diddy D on this track. But I thought he was still Puff Daddy at the time. But I guess Biggie was already calling him Diddy. Interesting. And here, like basically, it's interesting that he makes a song tributing Cali in regards to everything that's going on and that has been happening in the last 3 years. It's very bold of Bad Boy to release this. And Biggie is basically saying, hey, I still fuck with Cali. I'll still come down and party. Like, this is where I live and that's where I'm from. That's always going to be home. But hey, we can come down, crip walk a little bit. We have a sample for More Bounce to the Ounce on this track from Zab, which I love. It's kind of like a chopped sample. And the song is just, it's fun. I'm going back to Cali. Like, what?
Yeah, no, it's a big song, big instrumental.
Sorry, I did the LL one. It's I'm going back.
Yeah, back you took that from LL, yeah.
This is
PMD used that sample also, or
Mhm.
Bounce to the Ounce.
Mhm.
Kendrick took part of the song also.
I love it.
The Kendrick song, one of his first tracks with Dr. Dre. The Recipe.
Oh,
Money, weed, and weather.
That's true. That's true.
That's a Biggie line.
Shout out to
something
me.
that- oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh, he has a lot of songs too.
Dope reference for sure. Yeah.
I like that. I appreciate, like, for me, from what I know about Biggie and like what I've heard, like I appreciate him like not letting that stop him from making a West Coast.
Well, I feel like that was also kind of like the game too. It's like, hey, look, we all good over here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let me do something for the Cali. You know,
Ease the
the
tension
Cali
a little
side.
bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't, like, people still.
Still down, like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. People are like, this kind of like the song that's still in his face, but they're like, hey.
He was like, yo, we cool, right? Niggas is not cool.
And the niggas were, in fact, not cool. This is not a show.
We are not friends, bro.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Quite work out.
I like the effort. It's good effort.
A for effort. Oh, God.
Go kill me. Yeah.
It's a 10 Crack Commandments, which is a street classic.
Top 5 straight freestyle beat. 500.
Yes, like
Crazy instrumental.
crazy. Like shout out to
app on this.
this Premiere.
Premiere on the beat.
Premiere,
Did you premiere? Yeah.
So here in this song is very straightforward. It's short to the point, and he lists rules to follow when in the drug game. Like it's literally in the title. And I love some of these rules. You know, clearly they're like, don't tell anybody how much money you have. That's smart. Don't tell people your next move. Don't trust nobody. He said your mom will set your ass up properly gassed up. I said, damn, why your mom? But she might. Listen, I don't know. Not mine though. Never get high on your own supply. Duh. Don't sell where you rest. Dead the credit. Like, so you said like selling like crack to a crackhead on credit. Like you're never seeing that money. Like, duh. Like I'll owe you. Don't do that. That's making no money. Family and business, keep that separated. Consignment, stay away from the police and don't keep weight on you. Very smart. He says it in a much weirder way than I just said. It's much more catchy, and there's a countdown going down in the song that Premier inserted. It's one of those ones. It's one of those ones that everybody knows. You put that beat on, it's like, yo.
Yeah, it's a big thing. And to your point, Saturday, dope for cypher beat. You know what I mean?
Top 5
style.
beats.
You know what I mean? Without a doubt, it's the beat is just catchy. You know what I mean? As does the scratching in it, the counting in it.
I love the scratching because it feels like you're listening to it on the radio. Like you feel
right.
like
Right. Well, funny enough, that song. There's a story behind it. If I'm not mistaken, it was intended to be a Jeru the Damager track. It was used for Angela. What's her name? Angela Martinez. Yeah.
Okay.
It was made for her show, and Jeru the Damager had a freestyle on it. Biggie on the radio, he heard that.
So he's like, I'll take it at.
He's like, yo, send me that beat.
Stop, yo.
I'm trying to help you. Every time y'all say take that, I can't help
So
it.
it's funny that you said it has a really radio feel.
Yes.
Because,
Yeah, okay.
It's very New York hip hop, like Power 105. Like,
Yeah, it feels like Flex would have like dropped so many bombs.
Flex did jump.
I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm just thinking.
No, today. No,
Oh, okay.
Parker's on the seat.
Oh, okay.
Niggas still rapping this shit.
True. And then we head into Player Hater, which is not much. It's a full satire track. It's Biggie thinks he's like Kevin Hart. Like he thinks he's funny, and I'm not gonna lie, it was hilarious. Like him, the off key.
Well, you know the word he could actually sing? That was the word?
Really?
Like, yeah, they were saying if Biggie wanted, he could have been the greatest R&B artist.
The sample choice for this too. Well, it's not even barely a sample. It's like he just said, "I'm taking this beat." And
I'm just doing
see
it.
that's all.
It's with
Hey Love.
I'm blanking on the group's name,
I'm gonna find it. Give me a sec.
but I think it is Hey Love.
Hey Love.
But yeah, so I'll walk us for the group name. I like this. It's like
The Delphonics Hey Love.
the Delphonics.
Yeah.
It's basically mocking the haters.
Right.
Like you're a player hater. There's two types of people in this one, and you just mad that I'm having a ball with my life, and you're not having fun. So that's what it was. And it leads right into Nasty Boy, which again a track that I'm Nasty
That-
Boy
that's
is
probably-
another.
That's probably the weakest song on the album.
Okay.
I would say Nasty Boy.
Mhm. So has an interesting opening skit where Biggie is telling his friend about a girl who basically wants him to shit on her. And I was like, I didn't know they was doing that already back then. Like, that is just disgusting.
The allegations is not
That's
allegations.
disgusting. He said that the girl want me to cop a squat and take a deuce. Like, that
Where did you
is.
find this girl? That's my real question. Where did you find her?
And he's like, and in the skit, he's so funny because he's just like, well, I mean, I might do it after, but like, what? I might do it like before. Like, what? Y'all need help.
That's why he's a nasty boy.
Get help. And it goes into a song where he kind of just tells some sex stories and stuff like that.
Nasty Boy into Sky's the Limit.
Yo,
Touche not
like, for Nasty Boy, I don't find it lyrically strong. It's not serious, I get it, but the hook is boring. Like, I don't know. But the fun fact about that, the tidbit about that track, this is Big's alleged alibi for the night that Tupac was shot. That he was recording this track.
Oh shit, man, wait for the chord, buddy. This album. So he has the dookie on her, man. I couldn't shoot nobody.
Shit, I don't know, man. It goes right into Sky's the Limit featuring 112, which again, what the fuck? Who put that together? And this is like, like Tom, like his upbringing, like he tells a 3-part story of like, like his time in school, and Biggie was allegedly pretty smart. And,
One of my favorite Biggie tracks.
yeah, this is a nice track, and I really like 112 on here too. And he talks about him selling drugs, and he eventually, the third part is kind of like him turning to music and how like why he decided to like.
I'll never believe that story.
Because mom said he denied this all that all.
I'm tired of the Biggie. It's been proven
Really?
that like a lot of those rappers during that time, they were just telling their homie story.
Or they were outside for no reason. Like,
Biggie's mom says he did not need to do that. We have food on.
Biggie was the one with
Yes.
Biggie was the one with
Let him be outside for
Biggie was the one with the Nintendo games. Biggie was like the good child,
Oh man, see, I hate that. I hate when you didn't even have to do the shit and just
Now
you out here losing friends to gun violence, adding trauma to your life that wasn't even. Yeah,
He just wanted to be outside with his friends.
that's ridiculous. But either way, made for a good song though. And I think it's kind of meant to be an inspirational song, almost like you can do it too.
Yeah.
And then we go into this is one of my favorite tries here because Carl's comments, the world is filled ... and this is a song about sex workers. Okay, there's a lot of whores out here.
Featuring Puff Daddy.
I was like,
It does
I'm so no, there's a theme here.
feature Puffy, Carl Thomas, and Too Short, and it's a chill, laid back.
Thomas was part of that.
Yeah, he's the one singing the.
He's not credited on the song.
He's not credited on the original.
I guess he's credited in the credits.
In the
right?
credits, he is there.
On the song, he's not as an artist.
I don't know. Biggie's verse didn't age well.
Let me go find out this.
Please, well, we don't even actually need to go into it because it's just disgusting. But again, some of the comments were like a lot of rappers were talking like that at the time, and I know Diddy didn't write it, so there's that. I feel like for me, Too Short, love his verse. Carl Thomas glides on this. It's catchy. It's memorable. Biggie's cadence. It's a very chill, laid back track that makes me feel like okay, we're getting back into the groove here after like. The kind of inspirational moment. But again, like Ross said, I'm confused by why some of these songs are together. It makes no sense. And maybe after Biggie's death, they were confused. And but I would have to think that the sequencing and albums were already sent to stores because that was only 3 weeks later. So I would have to think that this was already set in place. But whatever. We went to My Downfall, which the beginning is kind of a little scary. Like, that's the one somebody calls him twice. It's like, yo, you can kill him. I was like, what the f is happening? Like, what is this? Like, and is it me or is that Puff's voice? I don't know. I don't know who it is because it seems like someone trying to disguise a voice, but I don't know who it is that's telling him that they're gonna kill him, and then like,
You know what they called that? Predictive programming.
me for channel. Like, what do you mean predictable?
Foreshadowing.
That felt like that's the song for me that really felt
In
like.
the conspiracy world, they call that predictive programming. It's like you reenact something before it actually happens.
Yeah, cause like that song really made me feel like, oh, he knew it was like right there. It was knocking at his door. Like, I just like. That was scary. Don't do that. Like, you're the Riddler or something. This song I wrote at this point in the album. It's a sobering song. Like, it makes you remember, okay, this is the reality of what he's living. And he's like, he's talking about MCs pray for his downfall. Like, they're literally like waiting on that day. And it's sobering. And he has a ill line here about pendejos. I show you how to play them hoes. Ill line here. I like when he said pendejos. Then we go into Long Kiss Goodnight. I wrote, bye. Biggie's clowning, man. He said, I make your mouthpiece obese like Della Reese. Della Reese was catching a lot of strays back in those days. And I just want to say R.I.P. to her. She was a great actress, okay? RZA on this production, hey.
No track, man. The instruments are crazy.
Bro, that.
And it's funny because, like, we were saying, like, the placement of the album doesn't make sense. But the 4 last songs, they kind of, like, follow each other pretty good, just by the titles,
I guess. I don't get the world is filled to my downfall. I don't get that.
Well, hold on. It's, where's it? From the world is filled. From, okay, yeah, skip that. Like, you see? Like, it would have to be the sky's the limit. Take out the world is filled. My downfall, because
it's like they didn't know where to put the world is filled.
You feel me?
It's like,
the world is kind of like Hypnotized Part 2.
Kind of, yeah.
Type of deal.
And Hypnotized also came at a strange moment.
Yeah. The placement was highly questionable.
Yeah. So this Long Kiss Goodnight, a lot of people speculate that it's a Tupac diss. This is so poetic, but it's so violent at the same time. Like, wow. I don't know how he makes it sound so beautiful. And like he said, like, I put holes in most, coming right off a Holy Ghost bar, and I was just like, holy, like, just blasphemous. Like, it's great. There's the piano riff, the build up in the verses, like even the diddler was shouting in the back. Like, I was kind of like, like I kind of like the what he was adding to this song. It's street rap perfection here, and maybe it is a diss. Who knows? You can only assume. And then, which brings us to the final song. You're nobody till You're nobody till somebody kills you. What the hell is this title? What? Okay.
Once again, that predictive programming, I'm telling you, man, they be putting those things in plain sight. And like that, when it happens, you just assimilate, This song is just creepy. You just take it in, that's what it is.
It's creepy. It starts off with Psalm 23. I wrote that it's unfortunately prophetic. Okay, the last track on the project, You're Nobody Till Somebody Kills You. Creepy ass title. Like, what did you say it's called again?
Predictive programming.
Listen, no. They start off with Psalm 23. Everything is eerie. It's unfortunately very prophetic. Biggie has cemented himself as one of the illest by the end of this album, right? Like, it's like the kid, the dog, everybody dying, no lying. Like, he's telling you, like, regardless, King of Kings. Like, this guy is gonna go down in history. It's rare for somebody to be able to cement themselves so solidly with just 2 albums, and he does that by the end of this track. But he also, it seems like, accepts his fate in this track, and it's very it's scary. I thought I wanted to end on a brighter note, but how can we with the album called Life After Death? So, do you have any other thoughts on that before we bridge God?
I mean, no, I think we're good to jump in, straight into it, yeah.
Yeah. Who's going? Who's on? Want me?
Yeah, I can go.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, to me, Biggie's definitely, the top, hip hop artist that I've listened to throughout my youth. He's definitely up there in terms of MC. You know what I mean? To me, I think there's like 2 to 3 rappers really and truly I can think of, like, if somebody wants to know about hip hop, I would probably refer you to Nas, you know, and the second one would probably be Biggie, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then after that, you know, maybe Snoop Dogg, you know what I mean? If you want to know what hip hop is.
Super interesting, isn't it?
You know, I think Snoop has transcended a lot of, you know what I mean?
So they did bridge the gap for you.
That project, I would say, just because once again the placement and everything, it felt very much like a compilation album more than an album. Like Ready to Die had like a
It was more cohesive,
yeah, Ready to Die, you could play it from the beginning to the end
Yeah.
and you almost wouldn't notice it.
Yeah.
With this project, it's kind of like, okay, you know, it has the dark theme, and then boom, okay, we partying, hypnotized. Then we're back to the the dark theme, storytelling and all that. And boom, okay, we're having a party again. And for me, it just lacks a certain consistency. I'm not quite sure why it was painted like that, because having moved a few tracks around, I felt it would have more of a.
There's a few tracks too long, and I think they had a lot of material.
You're right, and they were trying to get it out of there as soon as possible, type of deal. So yeah, I would say it failed to bridge the gap because it just felt like a compilation of, you know, Biggie's last work, really and truly. Like I'm sure at the time, like it was probably like the craziest thing, you know what I mean? 1997. Like I remember, I do remember when it came out, like it was the craziest thing ever, you know what I mean? But looking back at the project today, it's like,
It doesn't connect to the audience.
yeah, to me, I feel like there's a big misconnect. I would say, yeah.
Look, if you were to compare this album to, because people view this album as a classic, right?
Right.
If I say compare the album to Good Kid, Mad City, what do you say?
Oh,
What? Compare this one to
Good Kid, Mad City.
okay. Why?
Well,
What?
Good Kid, Mad City
That's
for
a
me is
weird-
definitely a classic.
Yeah, it's more cohesive.
That's
and
way-
It's more
But Kendrick-
cohesive.
We're
and,
talking
yeah.
20 plus years later of rap evolution.
Yeah, well, no, but even like overall, like I said, Illmatic can actually
Illmatic.
Good Kid, Mad City.
And his first project, Ready to Die.
We said earlier, like we said, Nas is on it when it comes to
But
sequence.
well, even
and-
Biggie, his first album, Ready to Die, it felt more.
Yeah, I
cohesive.
think something.
Even
Yeah.
if you want to do like theme plus like hit songs like Blueprint, Jay-Z can do that. I still stack song gets the hit on album comes out today.
Tracks. Okay.
That those
I'll
girls
go with that.
will
I'll go
just
with
go do the thing every single time.
that. That's true.
Like here, just for the fun of it, like look, we're looking at Ready to Die. You know, the intro, Things That Change, Give Me the Loot, Machine Gun Funk, Warning, Ready to Die. You know, see right there already, all those songs from
Yeah, it's
in a row, it makes sense. Then One More Chance, it switches up the vibe. F Me interlude, the what, you know, gets back to the hip hop again.
No,
I just felt it lacks a bit of like consistency.
and I will agree with both of you on that. Like cohesiveness wise, like this album is where it like that's where it started to feel like like Ross said, if stuff had been swished, I feel a little bit, it would have felt less like it was dragging. Like there was something that was like pulling it along. It's like even though he's rapping at an elite level on most of these tracks, it's just like, and why is this here? Why are you telling me this again? Actually, I had a rating for it though, but I think it's a very solid album coming. I give it a 7.9 because I think that at the time, I think it's a duality. I think that it bridged the gap at the time because however you want to look at it, it sold that much in the first week. That's coming off of Ready to Die hype. That's coming off of what people think he's about to do, right? And the single release. But then it goes on to be 10 times that. So people keep going back to it. You know, there's something about hearing Biggie paint pictures, regardless of what picture it is that he's painting, that connects with people. He's a wordsmith in that end. As much, you know, and I've had this debate where people say Nas is the better storyteller. Sure, but Biggie brings entertainment in it as well. So that's where you have the levity, the lightheartedness of it.
That's true, yeah. But I guess like on my side where I'm like, those are all true things, but if I just made this album, just based on this album, I'm like, this could be more effort made, just saying, let's make more cohesive body of work.
Yeah.
And yes, it sold X amount, but also, man's died. Like that's ain't no bigger marketing than trailers. Giant.
What did you say? You nobody till somebody kills you.
Yeah, like that's very valid, right? So do you want to analyze the album in a certain aspect? Get to think of that as well, where it's like this album become as big as it is if he doesn't die. Like if Nas dies after it was written, we talk about Nas differently.
Yeah,
and it's crazy because I feel pretty much the same about Tupac.
Yeah,
and I'm a big Tupac fan, right? Where a lot of his music when it was out during that time, people didn't celebrate it like that.
Yeah,
it's when he passed. Now it's like,
this one was crazy.
Some legendary, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you become a murderer. You become
all that. Yeah, you have somebody
bigger
right
than
now.
life.
10 Tupac songs. They won't be able to give you.
Many can't.
You know? But it's because the name now, you know, Tupac has like entered this mystique type of rap.
Yeah. Right, but I was saying, as we have to rap, so I'm gonna try and get us to the rap point. But clearly, you know, it gave us something to talk about. It's the New York, it's the dark themes, it's the grittiness. If one thing that Biggie was he was New York to the bone. So that he did very well. And at this point, we're gonna do Under the Bridge show. My Under the Bridge this week, I'm gonna go with something that it's not Canadian, but it's definitely gonna be lesser known. It's from an artist named Drew Sidora. She's actually currently on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, but she also does music. Okay, and I thought I'm gonna need y'all to go give Drew's album a little listen because she actually killed that album. And there's a specific track on it called "I Did It to Me." It's the title track of the album. And I think if you're a fan of R&B and you like, you know, like something emotional pulling at your heartstrings, you'll fuck with that. So yeah.
For me, Under the Bridge, I gotta go with my homeboy, Six Psych, you know, my boy Ramon, with Little Time, you know what I mean? He does a bit of dance hall R&B type of fusion, you know what I mean? So that's a dope track, you know what I mean? Yeah, you want to check that out.
Check it out. All right, guys, that's a wrap on Biggie, Life After Death, and we will see you guys next time. Make sure to follow us on all the platforms right here, all right? And come kick us next week.